Hey, what's up, guys? It's Apollo Uchiha here, back with a new short movie. The name of this short movie is What If Naruto Was Born with Gojo Saturo's powers? And yeah, guys, it is an unscripted movie as well. Now, before continuing this, I know I have done this twice, maybe in the previous year or so, but I wanted to give it a try in 2023 with a new story as well. So I hope you enjoy this one, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And yeah, this is going to be a no ship story, so Naruto is going to be OP as hell in this one. Now, without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Roll the intro. Our story begins with the next dawn, right after the Kyuubi attack in Konohagakure no Sato, as we go towards Konoha's council room, where we see Hiruzen Sarutobi was sitting in the Hokage seat, as he was newly reinstated back to his position. In front of him were his old friends that he regarded as somewhat, but now they were elders and had the best of interest of village in their heart. And on the right side was the shinobi side, and on the left were the civilians. As the main topic of today's meeting was none other than the basket that was in the center, more like on the center of Hiruzen's table, as everyone was eyeing on it, as a giggling sound was being heard from inside, as one of the civilians then asked the ice-breaking question, as they all have been silent since the beginning of this meeting, because last night they have been through hell. Kyuubi no Yoko appeared, killed many of their loved ones, destroyed their hometown, and not only that, it has taken the life of their fourth Hokage away. And the said demon was then sealed in the last ditch of attempts to stop it inside the said child that was laying in that basket. And the people were quite fearful that the Biju might break again, since it was a young infant child who was just born, holding it back from breaking out and tearing them apart a new one. As now we see what the civilian asked. Hokage-sama, I do not mean to disrespect you and all, but how can you just say that we should accept this abomination? I'm sorry, what did you say? Abomination, Hokage-sama. This is no more than abomination. No one should have done that. I know Minato-sama has best of interest in our heart, but he cannot do this to any infant child. Maybe the child is dead and the Biju is just playing dumb to make us look like fools, so that when the time comes he will be able to break free. And what proof do you have that this might happen, civilian son? Said Hiruzen, as his voice was stone cold and straight, as the civilian stopped. My theory is that if any shinobi, tried to attack him, he might be able to stop it. That is the most dumbest thing to ever be heard in this council. I mean, how can a kid be that much of a threat to all of you who are seasoned shinobi, as well as the respected civilians, right? You are a grown out man who can protect yourself regardless of being a civilian, and you are afraid of an infant child who's not even a day old? Yes, Hokage-sama, but for the safety of my village I am. And that child is not a normal child. That child holds the Biju that almost destroyed our village twice. As Hiruzen stopped, because he knew this was true, and the man was stating a fact, and this fact was being used against him. But how long can he use this fact as a crutch? As Hiruzen then says, so what do you propose? Any one of you. What do you have in store that I might be interested in and agree to? Hand the child over to me, Hiruzen. I will train him properly, so he can utilize the Biju's powers, and turn him into one of the root Anbu goons. As Danzo flinched when Hiruzen said these words. I already know that your root is operative, Danzo, so there is no chance that I will be handing over the legacy of the Yondaime to you. As this caused everyone to go eye wide, because the civilian, aside from them, the shinobi as well did not know about this fact. So that is Minato's kid? Yes. We cannot now certainly do that. He is a clan heir because Kushina was from Uzumaki, and Uzumaki has been our allies since the beginning of this village. No, that is true, but that kid is our weapon, remember? That kid has no other choice but to accept that. He did not ask for this. As all of them remained quiet after Shikaku said these words, because he was the smartest man after Hiruzen, so he was now speaking. So everyone was silent and respectful. It was his father's choice. His father's choice to make him the sacrifice, because in my opinion, Minato was a man who could not ask anyone else here in this room to give their child to them. We knew that our children were also born around this day or two before, or maybe weeks before, as Fugaku, Inuichi, as well as the rest of the clan heads and some of the civilians as well nodded. So, what would have you done if you were in his shoes? Would you have gone to anyone else to ask for their kid, knowing fully well they might just not accept, and you did not have any time? But you had the power to stop the Biju, knowing fully well the sacrifice will be too hard. He trusted us in return. What do you mean? Why would he do this to his own son? It's because he trusts us. What was his last words, Hokage-sama? I heard those words when I was arriving there, but I want you all to reveal those words to all of them. Alright, Shikaku. He said, and I quote, this before dying: I trust the people of Konohagakure. They will not let me down. They will treat my son as a hero. And as for the seal, it is working because the Shinigami-sama himself is powering it. Regardless of a god or not powering it, it is still a danger to the society, said Danzo. And if the kid is enraged or anything like that, his emotions will be the one who will trigger the QB to appear. Isn't it right, Hiruzen? As Hiruzen remained quiet, I said, isn't it right, Hiruzen? That is correct, but why would you aggravate a child? Listen, Hiruzen, I may not be a parent or anything, but I know a thing or two about kids, that they are easily to be aggravated. So what do you want? I want him isolated, said Koharu. I'm sorry, what? Yes. Isolate him, and it will be good for us. Are you sure about this? I mean, he might go detached to the village, and there might be a time that he even wants to leave this village. What would you do then? We will cross that bridge when it happens. And besides, where would the kid go? The world is huge, Koharu. Danzo Homura. And he can go anywhere he wants. I won't stop him. And that is where you're wrong. He's a clan of Konoha, and there are some regulations that he must follow. So now you admit that he's a clan. But regardless, don't try to twist the words, Hiruzen. He might still be a danger, and you know that. So that is why I propose that you hand him over, so that I can teach him at least to control his emotions. You know, that is wrong, Danzo. I cannot do that. But you have given me an idea. And what would that be? Koharu asked, as Danzo gritted his teeth, knowing fully well that his plan has failed, and Hiruzen was smirking, meaning he had something under his belt. If you are afraid of him that much, then I, Hiruzen Sarutobi himself, will oversee his training and place him in Anbu chambers, where he will be watched and monitored by Anbu, and will be protected by them, away from the civilian eyes as well, until the day he's prepared. As after that, the civilians were happy with this answer. This is doable, Hokage-sama. We totally agree. I mean, if the kid learns how to control his inner demons and all that, we are more than happy to accept them and fulfill the wishes of our dead Hokage. As Danzo gritted his teeth even further, as a vein popped up on his face visibly, because he now knew the civilians were now away from his side, swayed to Hiruzen. He has this king to sway people around him, as Hiruzen was smirking, looking at him, and his eyes spoke to him. Got you, bitch. These were the words that Danzo could have sworn he heard. As both of them were rivals, so it was evident that they would always be against each other. But Hiruzen, he was the one who came out most of the time victor, same as this time. As after that, one of the civilians was shaking violently, as she was a woman. Her son, her daughter, her husband, her loving family was lost, and she just couldn't bear to watch a child containing the demon, knowing fully well that there might be a chance to, reappear because of his tantrum. So she tried to do something dumb. She brought out a kunai, and instead of doing something, she got up and dashed towards Naruto, as everyone was froze for a second before Hiruzen dashed. But as soon as he arrived, her kunai was now down towards Naruto, as he yelled, "No!" But what happened next was a clanking sound, as the kunai stib was thrown outside, as everyone paused as they slowly walked towards the woman to restrain her as well as to look down at the child. To see that Naruto was unharmed. What happened? The kunai broke. It bounced out. It did not even touch his skin. And that is when Naruto opened his eyes. They were blue, but they were more different and brighter. As a visible force appeared, as they, or more like shinobis, could see it, as the woman was turning to nothing but bloody smear. As all of them stopped. Oh my god. What is this? Stop. Did you sense that? Said Inuichi. What? As the sensation became bigger and bigger, and then finally a vortex opened, and out came the one god who did the seal himself. And now who in the hell tried to hurt my protection? As all of them now paused. Shinigami-sama. As when Hiruzen said these words, fearful, all of them became scared. Why was the god of that there? What do you mean? Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki, both of them gave their souls to me, just in return so that I could protect their child, as well as bless him. So he has my blessing, as did another person in another timeline. Like who? You know too well. You have read books about him. Gojo Saturo. As all of them paused, Gojo Saturo was a sorcerer that even before the age of shinobi existed, and was used to call and ward off the evil spirits such as the curses. And the curses, it is said to be true, that still exist and some people hold on them. But why? Aren't the curses still exist, Hiruzen Sarutobi? And I needed someone to take care of them. And the cherry on top was that I was able to find Minato and Kushina's summoning, that they summoned me and wanted this from me. So I thought it might be just alright if I blessed Naruto to do this. As after that, they all paused. Wait, so you blessed Naruto so that he can... Yes, he can do my bidding. Since he is under my protection, he will rarely get harmed, as you saw and witnessed. And I will very much appreciate if you stop this, or otherwise the same method and technique will be applied. His eyes dojutsu will be activated and you will be turning to nothing more than bloody smear. So I highly suggest, if you don't want to do that, stay the hell away from him. Or otherwise, even in the afterlife, you have to face me and my wrath. With those words, the Shinigami disappeared, as everyone sat down now, fully shocked to grasp the situation that they were in. Their friends have just sold their soul to the Shinigami in return of their child to be protected, and now their child has one of the two most powerful techniques that they had to learn about, because it was even before existing in the age of shinobi, and by the strongest sorcerer nonetheless, Gojo Saturo. And now they knew that the demons really did existed, and now they knew that Naruto's main job will be to track them down. As after that, the council was in an uproar again, but for a new reason. Hokage-sama, what are we going to do? The curses still exist, and Naruto-sama over here has only the power. Wow, these people. They change their tone way too much, knowing fully well that he has the favor of the death god. He might as well have the favor of the Yami and Kami. Wow, what a dumb assumption. I see. So, still Naruto will be with me, and I will be watching over him, so you do not need to worry about anything. If anything comes up, I will let you know, since I will be monitoring most of the things. Now all of you can leave except for the clan heads as well as the elders. Hi. As the civilians left, as only the elders as well as the clan heads remain. Why us, Hiruzen? Danzo, I think I need your help now. What do you mean? In terms of training somewhat of Naruto as well, I need your help with tracking down this curse. As the Shinigami-sama himself has said, they are dangerous. They can give power, but their main goal is nothing more than destruction. They are demonic beings that have defected from the Shinigami-sama himself. I see. So my roots will be tracking them down, and when the time comes, Naruto will go and just destroy them? Unfortunately, that is the only course of action we can do at the time, since Naruto is the only one given with the power that he can destroy it. And I will be in the meantime, trying to find something related to Gojo Saturo and his techniques, or something like that. Something that might be able to, help out Naruto. You do not need to look anywhere, said a figure as he just landed there. The figure was quite young, as he had long white hair, as his eyes was covered. He was wearing a white yukata, and he had a wooden staff in his hand. Who might you be? The one person you called. Gojo Saturo. As all of them paused, but he was. You see, one of my powers is that I am immortal. I cannot die. I cannot age after certain years. I have been like this for more than thousands of years, so yeah, I am here, like this. And why? You see, I was about to give up my life when Shinigami appeared. It seems right after visiting you guys. And he told me that I have a student, one more student to train before I, come to him. Since my job is finished, and I have lived long, long enough. As he looked at Naruto, so this is a little one, huh? As he then suddenly got giddy and tried to press into his skin, but the barrier was protecting him. Oh my god, he has the same barrier as me, how cute! As they had a sweat drop. As he picked up Naruto and was now making funny faces. Don't worry, he said, getting serious out of nowhere. I will protect him in the meantime, and train him. But I will be remaining in the woods, because that is the most dangerous place, and that is the place where Naruto's powers will be tested and controlled by him. I see. I'm trusting you in this one, Gojo-sama. Leave everything to me. As after that, Gojo flew and disappeared. He can fly as well? He was a sorcerer. Of course, little one, I can fly, he said, as his head appeared out of the hole, as all of them sweat dropped again. Are you sure leaving Naruto in his care was okay? Did he appear again? Said Homura. Oh, he didn't. I guess he's gone. As now we go towards woods, where a apartment made out of woods was created, as Gojo was inside. I see. A new one, huh? Why would Shinigami want that? I thought I have gotten rid of almost all of the curses. But then again, those are quite little pesky bastards who are very good at hiding. So I might have left a few here and there, as he then hit his head with a fist, lightly. Tee. I'm a stupid idiot, I guess. As after that, time passed. People were happy that they were not seeing Naruto around them, but they were quite worried about him as well now, because Naruto was a clan head, and the one with blessing of the god of death. And he was taken by the sorcerer himself. And when this was revealed, they were quite shocked, and the time began to pass. 4 years later, as now we go to the outskirts of Konoha, where it was snowing heavily, and we see a girl with blue hair and white eyes getting bullied. As she was getting bullied by 3 older kids, as she was crying, as suddenly someone landed right next to him. Oi, what are you doing? Naruto said, as his blonde hair has faded and was turning into white one because of his extreme usage of power as well as his dojutsu. As he looked at them, his eyes were clearly bluer, more bluer and lighter than before, as Hinata was captivated by those eyes, and the kids wanted to hit him because he was a pretty boy and they hated him. Get lost, pretty boy. If you want to get hurt, stay here then. You can't hurt me because you're weak, Naruto said, as the leader of theirs tried to go and hit him, but his fist stopped midair. Oi, Kenta, stop playing around! Hit him! As he tried again and again and again, but no avail, as Naruto then single-handedly flipped him on the forehead, sending him flying back to the trees. Now, as Naruto cracked his fist, it is up to you two, right? As both of them pissed their parents and left, as Naruto began to laugh. Did you see that? That was the most funny shit that I ever seen. Oh, my mistake. I'm sorry. My name is Naruto. What is yours? Hinata. Thank you for saving me. Oh, looks like your assistant that was hiding over there has finally arrived. What do you mean? As go arrive. What do you mean? I thank you for saving Hinata-sama, but what do you mean that I was hiding? I can sense you. As he realized who this was. I have a keen sense. I was sensing you that you were standing there. Don't lie to me, Naruto said, activating his pressure as Go felt frozen for a bit, like he couldn't breathe or move, or even move or activate his Byakugan. Uh, what is this? This is something that I use to make people speak the truth. As Naruto then levitated him, as he lifted him up like a log, as Hinata was quite shocked by this, as she had a sweat drop, and so did Ko, who was being scared. Where are you taking him? Nowhere, just towards your council, and to make sure that he is punished. As Naruto and Hinata, alongside with the Ko who was being carried like a log, arrived at Hyuga estate, as every Hyuga was shocked that a kid similar to their heiress age was carrying him. But then they realized who the kid was because it was quite famous that who he was. And certainly then realized that he was strong if he was able to carry Ko who was tuning like this. And the kid wasn't even Genin yet. As Hizashi and Hiyashi arrived. What is the meaning of this, Naruto? Why are you bringing him like this? Oh, well, I was coming out of the forest because Sensei was, way too much breaking the hell out of me, throwing me into the alligator spit and all that, as they all have sweat drops because that wasn't a prank, as Naruto then said. But I got bored, in short, and came out to see how the snow was or just to enjoy the village once in a while. And as I was walking towards my favorite shop, I bumped into a scene where she was getting bullied by the three of the Genins, who approximately hate Hyuga clan, and this idiot over here, as he pointed towards Go, was trying to speak but couldn't, was hiding behind a tree, but he wouldn't admit, so I have casted a spell on him that only make him spit out truth. So why don't you test? As Go was then thrown down, as he was able to move now. Yes, I was hiding there. Yes, I was. Wait, yes, I really was. Isn't it hilarious? No matter how much you try to lie, there's no way. I wanted this idiot, pathetic ass Hyuga to get beaten to death. You all are main clan heads are corrupted. You made us your slaves. We don't want to be your slaves. We don't respect you, you piece of shit. As Naruto then was laughing on the ground, as now the Hyugas were scared. This ability, as he called the spell, was dangerous. As Naruto then got up and cleaned his eyes away from the straight tear. Ah, that was good. I haven't laughed like that in days. What do you mean you haven't laughed, you demon? Huh, demon? Oh, you meant the fox? Huh, he's quite a good hang as well. As now they all pause. What do you mean, Naruto? I mean, I and Fox have played shogi in my mindscape. He's quite a good shogi player. He has beaten me twice, and I was only able to beat him once. But after he got beaten, he said that I cheated. Well, yeah, I guess the foxes are cranky. If they are hundreds and thousands of years old, that is. Wait, so you're on good terms now with... Yeah, I am. He's like a friend to me. More like a brother. Shut up, kid. Said a voice that they all visibly heard, as in a puff of smoke, a GB9-tailed fox appeared on his shoulder. Ah, you're finally here, you lazy fox. As now they all tense. Why is he here, Naruto? Oh, the seal is eased up, and he's here because he's my friend, and he promised that he wouldn't hurt anyone, right? Yeah, I did. But that piece of trash over there just tried to hurt your first friend, didn't he? Friend. Hey, I didn't thought about that. Hey, Hinata, would you like to be my friend? Naruto said, getting over into her face, as he smiled. Yes, I mean, I know, yes. Ah, great, now we're friends. Haha, thanks, Kurama. Because of you, I was able to make my first human friend. Jeez, that makes me way too much comfortable, Naruto. As Naruto then turned towards them. I guess I'll be leaving now then, as he then lifted off and blasted off into the air, as the elders then arrived outside, who were watching and overhearing all of this commotion. The boy, it seems, had been getting grasp of his powers, and he was able to sway Kyuubi to his side. If he could be swayed to our side, he will be quite a powerful ally, Hiyashi. Let's talk about this in the council, Dochan. As after that they arrived. And as for Yuko, you're hereby dismissed, and your duties are relieved. You can be a normal person you want to be. But Hiyashi-sama, I didn't. Enough. I do not want to hear anything coming from your mouth. The truth has been revealed. As he saw it. Damn it. As even his own people were looking at him. You idiot. Because some of them did hate them, but most of them were okay because of the treatment that the main family was giving them, and now they were going to get shit from the main family because of him, as he was now afraid for his life. All because Naruto used his little prank to, well, made him suffer. As now we go towards the Yuga Council, as these speakings were heard until they heard a voice. You know, that is quite cunning of you, Yuga-san. As they all looked towards a person who was sitting there. And who might you be? Do you have a death wish to get here? As Yuga Anbo arrived, as he suddenly used his Jukin on him, but his Jukin hands were then suddenly broken as he looked down at them and screamed. Oh, you idiots. As his eyes were then visible. As then they realized who this was. This was the real deal. This was the Gojo Saturo himself, the real sorcerer who was training Naruto. I heard what my student did here, and I came to apologize for all the commotion that he caused, but it seems that you have other plans for him. Remind you again, he's my ward, and if anyone in the council, even if the main council or clan tried to do such tactics or use them, there might be hell to pay. Got it? I have gotten rid of many curses, but I have gotten rid of many people who were using them as well, with great powers. You think I am afraid of you? Said the elder. We have the chakra, while I have the blessing of Shinigami, Kami, and Yami themselves. They are the greater forces than your chakra, and I have the power of sorcerers. I can do many things. As suddenly, half of the Yuga elder's hair was cut. As he looked down, and on the other side, they saw that it was in the hand of the said sorcerer. As he smirked, see, it did not even felt. It could have been your neck. I can kill you all easily, just with a stare. As the pressure began to increase and they couldn't move, my student can only focus this on one person, or two persons, at most. But I can focus this on an entire village, entire populace, or you can say entire elemental nation if I want to, and focus enough, and kill them all in one go. So be very aware of me, and always keep your distance. As after that, he disappeared, as all of them breathed out a breath that they were holding. Stay away from him, Dojan. Your plans will fail. I know that you're trying to use Hinata, but let them become friends. I agree with Gojo-sama. He's right. As the elders were now quiet, because they did not want to aggravate the said sorcerer anymore. As after that, the time passed, and Naruto helped out some of the other kids in the village as well, and were regarded as a cool kid amongst their generation, even to the dismay of their parents, as Naruto has a quite fan following. As now, it was time for graduation, and it was quite known in the fact in the village that Naruto will come there to become a shinobi as well. As now we go towards Naruto, who was now 13, and was standing in the center of the village, as his sensei was not there as he sighed. He has just faded away, returned after finishing his job 1 week ago. Flashback 1 week ago. Naruto arrived in his sensei's room, Sensei, as his sensei was laying down and seemed to be ill. Naruto has never seen in his whole life his sensei ill. Sensei, what is going on? Nothing, kid. It seems that it is my time to go. I have taught you everything, Naruto. I did not want to tell you, and wanted to wait throughout your birthday. But I guess my condition is getting bad. I have to go now. They're calling me back. As Naruto began to cry, but you're the only family that I got. No, Naruto, I'm not the only one. You have your new friends, right? You have Kurama. You have everyone. You're right, but you were the first one. How can I? You will live through it, kid. I know you will. You're a strong one, Naruto. Never underestimate yourself. As after that, Naruto, in a tearful manner, said goodbye to his sensei as his sensei turned into dust and disappeared in bright lights. End of the flashback. It took Naruto over a week to get over his crying, and, well, Kurama was consoling him to stop crying. Well, here it goes. As Naruto had now shoulder length of white hair now completely, just like his sensei, because his hair color changed over the years because of excessive usage of his powers. As Kyuubi then appeared on his shoulder, it was evident to the villagers that the Kyuubi has turned good, as Naruto was able to sway him his way, and the Biji was a sentient being, as Naruto has revealed to some of them, the most trusted ones, that it was because he was being manipulated by Madara Uchiha twice. Madara is alive, which caused another uproar, and it caused a meeting again to happen after 8 years of QB attack, many years ago, inside the council chamber. As QB and Naruto was called there, as QB arrived outside of Naruto's steel like it usually does. I heard a rumor, QB, that you say that you are being manipulated by one of my clansmen, said Fugaku. Not by any of you Uchihas. None of you can do this. But by a specific Uchiha that has or should be dead long ago. As they all looked at him, Madara said Danzo himself, yes, but how can that be? Sharingan is not a normal tool. You should not just think that it's some dojutsu that gives a person certain advantage over the others. It has enormous powers and potential. He had the eternal Mangekyo, right? As Fugaku flinched and paused, yes. And after you work hard enough, there is a chance, just enough chance, that if you have the genes of the sage, you might be able to activate the Rinnegan. And with Rinnegan, you can become immortal as well. As they all paused, yes, there is a high chance that he was able to become immortal. And sacrifice his Rinnegan for immortality and use his Sharingan to manipulate me twice. Because I will recognize the Sharingan everywhere. So the Uchihas are innocent, said Nanzo. Yes, the Uchihas are innocent. They were also helping out you. From my point of view, everything was evident. They were evacuating the civilians, weren't they? And as for what I said before, Madara or someone who has his Sharingan is alive, who is abiding his words and will. As this made them gulp. If someone is out there like this, what the hell are we going to do, Hokage-sama? I do not know. What the hell are we going to do? But what you gave us is quite useful and quite extraordinary information, QB. Thank you. It is all I can do. I know that I attacked against your will, my will, and did not want it to harm me, but that didn't mean that I was not enraged. I was sleeping peacefully in my cave when Hashirama came to me. And you can say that is when my hatred for humans began. We all Bijus were sent here by the sage so that we can make a connection with you humans and teach you ways of chakra. But you all became corrupted as you became more greedy and power hungry. And not only that, you all did the opposite of what he wanted. You all caused chaos and destruction and havoc. And went as far as to seal us away against our wills and think that we are your property now. As all of them looked down and remained quiet, because what the Biju was saying was correct. We will help you. And after Naruto, I, alongside with the other Kages, will make agreement that no other Jinchuriki should be made. Thank you, Hiruzen Sarutobi. As after that, end of the flashback. Come on, kid. Stop thinking about old times. It is time for us to go and start a new chapter in your life. And that chapter is becoming a shinobi that your sensei wanted, and the hunter. As after that, Naruto went. He knew that there are some of the still evil stones that are around, the curse stones, but most of them were destroyed, even by him and his sensei, as he took him out on dangerous missions for his training, as he called. In return, Naruto now realized that he was helping him out wipe out most of the intense one. Only 1 or 2 stones were left, which he doubt will he ever be able to find, but he did not know how wrong he was going to be. As now we see Naruto in the academy, after a cutscene, as some of the girls were now literally squealing in delight to see him, as Sasuke was also looking at him, because he realized who he was. And after the test, the results were announced, and every one of them passed, and Naruto was placed under Team 7 again, under Kakashi Hatake. But in the next break, after the break, when the teams were re-announced again, just to make it clear to all of them, Naruto's position was changed. Naruto was now a secret Anbu operative, as he was placed in Anbu because of his abilities, as Sai was the one who replaced Naruto in Team 7. As after that, Naruto was sent to Hokage-sama, who gave him his new missions to track down the curse marks, no matter how much time it took. It will give Naruto a time away from out there and to get over his senses, that because it was evident to Hiruzen that Gojo was no more, and Naruto has become the next sorcerer in this world, and the only one. As Naruto was set out to travel, with a permit to enter the other villages that Hiruzen has arranged. As Naruto went out on his way to the journey as it began. As Naruto was at the age of 13 when it began. as he went to Eva, into Rice and other minor villages. Even went to the land of waves to destroy Gato and all that. So Tazuna never had to arrive there. As his journey was quite evident, he made a lot of friends and lesser enemies, and turned some of the enemies into the friends as well. He even visited Suna and turned them into his friends, mainly their one antagonist, Gara no Sabuko, as it was evident that Shikaku has eaten some of the cursed fingers that was still left around of Sukuna, the most accursed soul out there. The Naruto found them and destroyed them, as his sensei have told them, and the Shikaku was now a sentient being again. Gon was a crazy sociopath, blood-hungry monster, and was present there, nothing more than a sentient being, as he made them all realize that he was a sorcerer really, and proved to them. And after the exorcism of the Shikaku, they all became relaxed that Gaara could sleep now, and that Rasa now finally had his child back. And Naruto warned him, since he was able to now get visions as well, that there might come a time that his life will be endangered by someone with the snake's ability, as he now knew too well that only one person can use snakes, and that was Orochimaru, as he was now alert. As after that, Naruto went to Kumo as well, and helped them out, as during his visit there, he was told that something happened in Konoha, as he dashed back there, more like flew there, as he landed to see that there was chaos and havoc going on there, as he landed where the said shield was around the Hokage, as Naruto broke through it, more like walked through it because of his own force field, as nobody else could, as Naruto was standing inside. Ah, so this is the new sorcerer that I heard about. As Naruto appeared in front of him, and with his eyes alone, tear apart both of his legs and arms, as Orochimaru hissed in pain. But before he could use his mouth jutsu to regenerate his body, Naruto then said, "Burn," as he used a red to burn down his body because it was the flames of hell in a ball, as his innards were now being dissolved, as he couldn't use his jutsu any longer. It was quite painful for Orochimaru, but it was not dying. As Naruto stopped, he looked back at the dead bodies, more like the revived ones, Edo Tensei ones, of his father, his mother, as well as the first and second Hokage. As Naruto arrived instantly in front of the first and second, as with a single fist through their stomach, he destroyed both of them. Good to see that there is a new generation out there that is strong enough, even if they are the sorcerer. I heard that. You were quite good, Naruto. We're proud of you. As he arrived then in front of his parents. Gojon? Gojon, how have you been? I've been good, Naruto. How have you been, Naruto? Things have been certainly interesting. I became a sorcerer. And even though it's not a shinobi like you, Naruto said, as his parents tried to hit him against his will, Naruto just stood there. Why are you not defending? It is one of my abilities, Gojon. I'm worried that I might hurt you. As Naruto's tears were falling, I'm just happy that I'm able to meet you. As Naruto hugged both of them, suddenly with a force, they realized that they'd turned into dust as their souls were freed. We're proud of you, son. We're proud of what you are doing. We know you could. Thanks. I even trusted myself. As Naruto then turned towards the huge snakes that were attacking instead of Shikaku this time, as Naruto then said, Kurama, let's use this. As Naruto then entered KCM2 state, as the huge fox made out of golden chakra arrived, and that is when Konoha witnessed the perfectly controlled Biju for the first time, because they could see Naruto there standing, as Biju was protecting the village as the huge snakes were destroyed. As after that, the Biju just stood there as Naruto looked down at them as he turned back, and now was back to normal. As all of the people were around him cheering his name and were happy and celebrating, as Naruto was happy as well. And Naruto then arrived back, remembering that he had to deal with Orochimaru. As Hiruzen then arrived back with him. Naruto, what are you doing here? Isn't he? As Naruto then shoved his fist straight through his chest and grabbed out a curse stone, as I have suspected. A curse stone. You experimented with it, didn't you? As Naruto burned it down with his flames that he used to burn down the other stones. As Orochimaru finally died, after his connection to the curse stone was cut, as Naruto looked at him. It was a snake curse stone that he used. I guess his summons have given this to him. They have kept it hidden. I see. So all the stones, yes, all of them are gone. Except for one organization that I am hearing about. Who? Akatsuki. It seems that one of their members have the lost stone. The Akuma Stone. What does that do? It gives you immortality. No matter what happens, even if your body is cut to molecule bits, you're still alive and able to regenerate. And there are two immortals that I was able to find out in that organization, Hidan and Kakazu, my targets. I will be going then. Stop, Naruto. Itachi, our shinobi from the Uchiha clan, and Sasuke's brother have also went there undercover. If you encounter him, you can, infiltrate easily. As Naruto then disappeared, blinding speed, and arrived there. As today was quite an eventful day, as he was traveling while he arrived there. But he could hear some distress coming from Kiri's side as he went there and landed right next to Mei, as she looked towards Naruto and did a double take. What are you doing here, kid? Get out of here. Nothing had hurt me. As a Bijidama hit him head first, as with a single hand he just melted it down into nothing. As both of them were okay. Well, pretty lady, can you tell me what is going on there? As Mei blushed, even though she was the older one here. But she knew that the kid was strong. We're fighting Yagura. She began to tell what he has done and caused havoc and death for all the bloodline users. As Naruto then did something. I'll show you my favorite jutsu. The main expansion. Red. Black. Combine. Murasaki. As a ball like a Bijidama was made, as it was containing huge amount of Raiton jutsu, as it was discharged like a Bijidama. Headed the said Biju head first, as the Biju was destroyed alongside everything in its path, alongside its army, as Naruto just stood there. Well, that takes care of it, right? As now they were just shocked. I guess I'll be leaving. Wait, who are you? Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki. As after that he disappeared. As she was shocked. Who was he? As Naruto now arrived at Amegakure, where he was able to meet Jiraiya outside. Yo, kid. Jiraiya of the Sunny. Nice to meet you finally. Yes, are you sure you want to do this? You're down, old man, so am I. Let's get this over with. Stop yip-yapping like a maniac and crybaby. Jeez. As Naruto and Jiraiya infiltrated and were captured by Akatsuki, who tried to kill Jiraiya immediately, as Naruto defeated all of his path and grabbed the Tendo path and destroyed his neck. As Konan could not take it, as she with rage attacked Naruto because it was Yahiko's body, but with a bitch slap her neck was broken. As Jiraiya closed his eyes, because they were his students. You knew them? They were my students at what time. As Nagato himself arrived there, in his big state with a kunai. You will pay for this. As Naruto grabbed him by the face. Burn. As his whole body turned into nothing more than skeleton. You people think that causing destruction is good. I will not stop even if you are my clansman that is willing to destroy this peace that I am about to create. As Jiraiya was paused for a bit. He was surprised with Naruto's determination. This was quite new to him. As that is when the rest of the Akatsuki arrived there. Even Itachi, as Itachi was the first one to die, quote unquote, in front of everyone. I will prove to you that you all will die. One of you have a curse stone, as one of them flinched, and that was Hidan. Bingo. As Naruto then made shadow clones. Now these clones will fight you while I fight off him. As the clones and Jiraiya were fighting off the other Akatsuki, Naruto went after Hidan and ripped his mouth open and shoved his hand down there to extract the stone. But as soon as he did this, the stone activated, as Hidan activated it, and began to absorb the other Akatsuki members as well, as Jiraiya was saved by him. As Jiraiya and Itachi, who appeared in flames, disappeared in the murder of Crowless, taking them away, as Naruto stood there. So you finally shown yourself, huh, demon? As the demon arrived, you... Why do you have the same abilities like him? We were able to hide for many millennia. Why now? Because your time is up. And your commander has sent his regards. Explode. With a single word, the said demon exploded, as there was nothing more than its body left, as the stone was in the air. Naruto dashed and grabbed it before destroying it with his flames, as he landed on the other side. Mission accomplished. As in front of him, Shinigami appeared. Bravo, Naruto. You have done the job which Gojo Saturo was unable to finish because of his laziness, and destroyed each and every one of the curse seals. All of them are returned to me. What do you want in return? Anything. Naruto was quite desperate to want for his parents, but he knew that their time was up. I want those who are related to me, gone or alive, everyone in this world, to be at peace and enjoy themselves, even in the afterlife. Naruto killed two birds with one stone, as Shinigami then sighed. I was halfway thinking that you were going to say something about your parents, but this? I guess it was right choice to make you my new avatar, Naruto. I'm sorry, what? Yes, you have my abilities. That is why you are my avatar. And my sisters were pleased with the work you have done, as well as protection that you gave to the other villages. So henceforth, you and your wish has been granted. You are able to live with these powers for the rest of your life, Naruto. And your generation will carry on this path, as well as these powers. Thank you, he said with bowing as his parents' souls were freed, and they were able to meet Naruto and touch him and hug him for the last time before they do disappear to heaven. As Naruto was happy. Thank you, Shinigami-sama. No, Naruto. Thank you, my boy. Because of you, my troubles have finally been put to rest, and I can finally relax. Thank you, again. It was nothing more than a prize and reward that you can say. As after that, Naruto witnessed with his own eyes after that meeting that the elemental nations were getting closer. And something was wrong with the girls. A few of them, like Ino, Kurodatsuchi, Mei herself, and Yuji Toni, and Temari, from all the villages, as Hinata Hyuga as well. They were after him, and not for a good reason, for his genes. And Naruto was just seen running away from them. Get away from me! Because he didn't know anything about girls. He just thought that it was normal to be nice to anyone. But the girls were hell-bent on him because of his behavior, because of his personality. They were swaying to his side. So, you can say poor Naruto still had some of his worries left. You can say it was like a gift from Kami and Yami themselves, as they were witnessing this all from above and laughing at it. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this story off, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, as this is Apollo Uchiha and I'm signing off. Peace!